My fiancé said my autistic brother can't come to the wedding because he's ruining the aesthetic. I agreed he shouldn't be there. Then I canceled everything and took him on the 20K honeymoon cruise instead. Look, I'm not here for sympathy. I'm 34, been with my fiancée Amanda for 3 years. She's 31, works in real estate, always cared about appearances. I knew that going in. What I didn't know was how deep that ran. My brother Kyle is 28. He's autistic, high-functioning, but he has his quirks. Loves trains, gets excited and loud sometimes, rocks back and forth when he's processing things. He lives in a group home about 40 minutes away. Our parents died in a car accident 6 years ago. I'm all he's got. Amanda knew about Kyle from day one. Met him on our 4th date because I visit him every Sunday without fail. She seemed fine with it. Said it was sweet how close we were. Kyle liked her. Called her pretty. She smiled, patted his head like he was a dog. Should have caught that. 4 months ago I proposed. She said yes. Planning started immediately. Amanda wanted big. 200 guests, fancy venue, the works. Here's the thing though, I wasn't paying for all of it. We split it down the middle from the start. I made that clear. Her parents kicked in $15K, I had inheritance money from my parents I was willing to use, and we were each covering half the remaining costs. Total budget was around $60K. I was in for about $20K of my own money, she was in for about $10K, plus her parents' contribution. Kyle was always going to be my best man, non-negotiable. I told Amanda that when I proposed. She said, of course, that's beautiful. We picked a venue, booked a photographer, did the cake tastings. Kyle came to one, got frosting on his shirt, laughed really loud at something, rocked in his chair. Amanda smiled through it. Tight smile. 2 months ago, Amanda started making comments. Small ones. Do you think Kyle can handle sitting through the ceremony? Maybe he should sit in back in case he needs to leave. I shut that down. He's my best man. He sits up front. She backed off. Temporarily. 6 weeks ago, we're addressing invitations. Kyle's going out, obviously. Amanda stops writing, looks at me. I've been thinking about Kyle. Here it comes. I put my pen down. What about him? She does this thing where she tilts her head, uses her soft voice. It's a big day. Lots of people. Noise. Might be overwhelming for him. He'd be more comfortable somewhere quiet. He'll be fine. I keep my voice level. He's been to weddings before. Not as the best man. All those eyes on him, walking down the aisle. What if he gets nervous? Then I'll help him. Amanda, he's my brother. I know. She reaches for my hand. I pull back. I love that you care about him. But this is our day. Our photos, our memories. He just doesn't really fit the vision. The vision. Those words hung there. I stared at her. What vision is that? She got defensive. You know what I mean? The aesthetic we've been planning. Everything's going to be elegant, coordinated. I just think maybe he could come to the reception instead. Skip the ceremony. No. Flat. Final. He's my best man, or I'm not getting married. She backed off again. Said she was just worried about him being stressed. I didn't believe her, but I let it go. Mistake. 4 weeks ago, we're at her parents' place for dinner. Her mom's going on about the wedding. The flowers, the colors, the photos. Amanda mentions she hired this expensive photographer, some guy who does magazine shoots. He's very particular about his shots. Everyone needs to look perfect. Her dad laughs, says it sounds like a fashion show. Her mom gives him a look. Then her mom turns to me. So the groomsmen, are they all set with their tuxes? Yeah, all sorted. And Kyle? What about Kyle? He's sorted too. Amanda jumps in. Actually, Mom, we're still figuring out Kyle's role. I look at her. No, we're not. He's my best man. Amanda's jaw tightens. Her mom gets this uncomfortable look. Well, I'm sure he'll do wonderfully. It's just, Denise's son has autism and they had him sit with family during her daughter's ceremony. Worked out better for everyone. Better for who exactly? Silence. Her dad clears his throat. Amanda's mom smiles, that fake sympathetic smile. For him, dear. Less pressure. I'm not doing this. I stand up. Kyle's my best man. He'll be standing next to me. That's final. Amanda follows me out. We argued in the car. She cried. Said I was being unreasonable. Said she just wanted our day to be perfect. I told her it would be perfect with my brother there. She went quiet. Danger quiet. 3 weeks ago, things got worse. We're meeting with the photographer, going over the shot list. He's showing us samples, talking about groupings and lighting. He gets to the wedding party photos. So we'll do the classic lineup. Bride and groom center, wedding party flanking, Everyone matching heights as much as possible for symmetry. Then candids, some creative shots. These are the photos you'll have forever, so we want them flawless. Amanda nods along, she glances at me, then asks him, what if one of the groomsmen has special needs? Photographer doesn't miss a beat. As long as they can follow directions, stand still, smile on cue, it's fine. But if there might be disruptions, maybe keep them in fewer shots. Do some with, some without. Best of both worlds. I lost it. Right there. We're done here. Amanda tries to grab my arm. I pull away, walk out. She follows, heels clicking on the parking lot. You're being ridiculous, am I? You just asked him how to exclude my brother from photos. I was asking a question, 'cause you're embarrassed of him. I'm not. You are. You've been trying to push him out since we got engaged. She cried again. Real tears this time, I think. Said I was twisting everything. Said she loved Kyle, said she just wanted one day where everything was beautiful and perfect and she didn't have to worry. Worry about what, Amanda? About him having an episode or something. Making a scene, ruining the ceremony. There it is. He's not going to ruin anything. You don't know that. Yeah, I do. Because he's my brother, and I know him. We didn't talk for 3 days. I stayed at my place. We'd been splitting time between apartments, planning to move in together after the wedding. Those 3 days I thought hard. About her comments, her mom's comments, the photographer thing, the pattern. She called on day 4, apologized. Said she was stressed, didn't mean it, begged me to come over, I went. She made dinner, we talked. She promised she was good with Kyle being best man. Said she'd been out of line. I wanted to believe her. Part of me did. 2 weeks ago, breaking point. We're doing a final walkthrough at the venue. Amanda, her mom, her sister Jess, me, wedding coordinators showing us the layout, ceremony space, reception hall where everyone sits. We get to the front row setup. Coordinator points, immediate family here, parents, siblings. Amanda interrupts. Actually, my fiancé's brother won't be sitting. He's in the wedding party. Coordinator makes a note. Oh, perfect, best man. Yes. Coordinator smiles at me. That's lovely. We move on. Looking at the reception layout. Head table for wedding party. Amanda's studying the diagram. She turns to the coordinator. Is there any way to do a smaller head table? Just bride, groom, maid of honor, one groomsman? Coordinator looks confused. That's unusual. Most people want the full wedding party up there. I know, but space is tight and maybe it would look cleaner. Cleaner. I step closer. Amanda, what are you doing? She doesn't look at me, just exploring options. By excluding my brother, again, her mom cuts in. Oh, Amanda, don't fuss. I'm sure it's fine either way. Her sister Jess is quiet, looking at her phone. Coordinator senses tension. You know, we can configure the head table however you like. Or do a sweetheart table just for the couple. Amanda lights up. That could work. Then Kyle can sit with other family. Be more comfortable. I walk out. Just turn and leave. Amanda catches up in the parking lot. Stop running away every time. I'm not running. I'm removing myself before I say something I'll regret. Like what? Like that you're a shallow person who cares more about pictures than people. She slapped me. Not hard. Shock more than pain. We both froze. She started apologizing immediately. I got in my car. Left. That night, I drove to see Kyle. Got there around 8. He was in the common room, watching a train documentary. Saw me, face lit up. You weren't supposed to come until Sunday. I know, buddy. Just wanted to see you. We sat and watched trains. He told me facts about locomotives. Asked about the wedding. Was excited about his tux, about standing with me. You're going to be the best man ever. I know. I've been practicing standing still. He demonstrated standing rigid, arms at his sides, huge grin on his face. My chest hurt. Amanda doesn't want you at the wedding. His face fell. Why not? Says you don't fit the aesthetic. What's that mean? Means she cares more about how things look than about people who matter. Kyle processed that. Rocked a bit. Then, you don't have to marry her. I laughed. Bitter laugh. You're right, I don't. He looked at me, dead serious. Mom and Dad wouldn't like her. No, they really wouldn't. I stayed another hour, drove home, thought about everything. 3 years with Amanda, the good times, and there were good times. But this, Kyle, my brother, the person I loved most in the world. She wanted him hidden, minimized, erased from the aesthetic. Made my decision that night. Next morning I called the venue, canceled. They tried to argue about deposits. I said keep them. Called the photographer, canceled. Deposit gone. Called the caterer, canceled. More money gone. called the band, cancelled. Florist, cancelled. Cake, cancelled. Everything, one by one. Then I called the cruise line. We'd booked a 2-week Mediterranean cruise for the honeymoon. All paid, under my name since I'd covered it as my gift to us. $20,000 for a suite with a balcony. Asked if I could change the reservation. They said yes, but there'd be a fee to change names and I'd need to provide updated documentation. Fine. Changed Amanda's name to Kyle's. Sent over his ID, passport, medical info they needed. Confirmed the accessible room options they had. Upgraded to make sure Kyle would be comfortable. Took 3 hours to dismantle everything. Lost about $8,000 in deposits. Didn't care. The relief I felt was worth every penny. Cruise left in 5 days. Then I texted Amanda, we need to talk. Come to my place tonight. She showed up at 6, smiled nervously. I've been thinking about what you said. I was wrong. I want Kyle front and center. Whatever makes you happy. Too late. What? The wedding's canceled. Everything. Venue, vendors, all of it. Her face went white. What are you talking about? I'm talking about I canceled our wedding this morning. You what? She started shaking. You can't do that. I just did. Most of it was in my name anyway. This is insane. You're insane, maybe. But I'm not marrying someone who thinks my brother ruins the aesthetic. She lost it. Screaming, crying, I had no right. She'd spent money. Her parents spent money. I was ruining her life over a misunderstanding. Not a misunderstanding. You've made it clear how you feel. I've apologized. Actions matter more than words. You've had weeks to show me you meant it. You didn't. She fell apart, begging. She'd do anything. Kyle could be best man, sit anywhere, be in every photo. I stayed quiet, let her wind down. When she finally stopped, I told her about the cruise. I'm taking Kyle instead of you. We leave in 5 days. The look on her face, disbelief, rage, betrayal. You're taking your brother on our honeymoon. Yeah, I am. That was supposed to be for us. I paid for it. It's in my name. You can't just give it away. Just did, and you paid for nothing. I covered the entire cruise as my contribution. Remember? She went pale. You're sick. That's sick. Maybe, but Kyle deserves a vacation more than you ever did. Get out. She didn't move. Get out of my apartment, Amanda. She left. Slammed the door so hard a picture fell off the wall. I sat down. Felt nothing. Then felt everything. Then felt nothing again. That was day 1. Day 2 and 3 were chaos. Her parents called. I didn't answer. Her sister texted. Blocked. Her friends bombarded me on social media. Deleted my accounts temporarily. Amanda tried calling. 47 times over those 2 days. Left 18 voicemails ranging from sobbing apologies to screaming threats. Saved them all just in case. Day 4 I drove to see Kyle. Told him everything. We're going on a cruise, just us. He didn't understand at first. What about Amanda? What about the wedding? Not happening anymore. Why? Because she doesn't deserve to be family. And you and me, we're taking a trip instead. Where? Mediterranean. 2 weeks. Ports in Italy, Greece, Croatia. His eyes went wide. We're gonna see trains in other countries? Probably, yeah. He hugged me, tight. This is better than a wedding. Day 5, night before we left, Amanda showed up at my apartment. I'd changed the locks. She still had the gate code. Buzzer rang at 10 p.m. Ignored it. She started yelling from outside. Ethan, open the door. We need to talk. Please. I'm begging you. Don't do this. My neighbor came out, asked if I wanted him to call the cops. I said no, she'll leave. She did, eventually. Left a letter taped to my door. Didn't read it. Threw it away. Probably should have kept it, but I was past caring. The cruise was perfect. Kyle had never been on a plane before. He was nervous, then excited, then fascinated by everything. Took a million photos of the wings, the clouds, the flight map. At the airport in Rome, he couldn't stop smiling. We boarded the ship, his face when he saw our room, the balcony, the ocean. This is the best day of my life. We spent 2 weeks just existing. No drama, no wedding stress, no Amanda, just me and my brother. First port was Naples. We did Pompeii. Kyle was fascinated by the preserved train tracks, ancient as they were. Took photos of every stone groove where carts used to roll. Tour guide thought it was charming. Other tourists smiled at his excitement. Nobody looked at him like he was a problem. Nobody suggested he'd ruin their photos. In Rome, we saw the Colosseum. Kyle got overwhelmed by the crowd. Started rocking. I guided him to a quiet corner. We sat, waited. He calmed down in his own time. No rush, no judgment. Just patience. When he was ready, we continued. That's how it should be. Greece was his favorite, Santorini specifically. The white buildings, blue roofs, he said they looked like train stations from a storybook. We ate at a restaurant overlooking the caldera. He ordered the same thing I did because he trusted my judgment. Moussaka. He loved it. Asked if we could have it again tomorrow. We did. On the ship, Kyle made friends with one of the staff, guy from the Philippines who also loved trains. They talked for an hour about bullet trains versus freight trains. I sat back, watched my brother be himself without apology, without someone cringing at his volume or his hand movements or his joy. The ship's horn became a ritual. Every time it blew, signaling departure from a port, Kyle would run to our balcony, wave at the dock, grin at me. This is the best, Ethan, every single time. Never got old for him. Never got old for me watching him. We watched the ocean for hours from our balcony. He told me train facts, how many tons a locomotive could pull, the difference between diesel and electric, the history of the Orient Express. I told him stupid jokes. Why did the train conductor get in trouble? He went off track. He laughed every time, even when I repeated jokes. Formal night on the ship, we dressed up. Kyle in a button-down I'd packed for him, me in slacks and a nice shirt. We took photos. The ship's photographer said we looked distinguished. Kyle beamed. These are better than wedding photos. You're right, buddy. They really are. 5th day into the cruise, I made the mistake of turning on my phone when we were in port. Had Wi-Fi. Messages flooded in. Texts, voicemails, emails. Most from Amanda. She'd left more voicemails after we left. 31 total now from the day I canceled through now. I scrolled through some of the newer ones. Listened to a few. Big mistake. One from the day after we left. Sobbing. Ethan, please. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you. I love Kyle. I was awful. Please come back. We can fix this. Call me, please. One from 2 days after departure. Angry. You know what? Screw you. You humiliated me. Everyone knows you canceled our wedding 5 days before. My parents are out $15K. I'm out thousands. My friends think I did something terrible. You won't even tell people why. You're a coward. One from day 4. Manic. I get it now. You were right. I was terrible. Kyle is wonderful. I'll make it up to him. To you. We can have a small wedding. Just family. Kyle can do whatever he wants. Please. Just call me back. Latest one from this morning. Cold. My dad's looking into legal options. You defrauded us, led us on, made us spend money under false pretenses. You'll be hearing from our lawyer. Hope your little vacation is worth it. I deleted them, turned the phone back off, told Kyle none of it. We had a week left. I wasn't letting her poison it. We got back stateside, tanned and genuinely happy. Kyle didn't want to go back to the group home. Can I stay with you? Buddy, you've got your routine there, your friends. I know, but I like being with you more. We'll do more trips, I promise. He accepted that. Drove him back, hugged him goodbye, watched him walk inside. He turned back, waved, best 2 weeks ever. Same, Kyle? Same. Got back to my place, mail piled up, one letter from a law office. Opened it. Amanda's parents were threatening to sue for the money they contributed, citing emotional distress, financial harm, breach of promise. I called a lawyer that afternoon. He laughed when I explained. They have no case. You didn't defraud anyone. You called off a wedding. That's allowed. People do it all the time. Even 5 days before. Especially 5 days before. Better than going through with it. Breach of promise to marry isn't even actionable in most states anymore. Hasn't been for decades. Wedding gifts, contributions, those are gifts. Can't sue to get gifts back just because you're upset. They're blowing smoke. Send me the letter and stop worrying. 2 weeks later, I got a different letter. From Amanda. Handwritten. Long. Read like a diary entry. She explained she'd been in therapy. Realized she had issues with control and image. Her parents put pressure on her growing up. Always had to be perfect. The wedding became about proving something to them, to herself. She took that out on Kyle. On me. Apologized again. Said she understood if I never forgave her, but wanted me to know she was working on herself. Ended with, Kyle's lucky to have you. I didn't respond. What would I even say? I don't hate her. Don't really feel anything toward her anymore. She revealed who she was. I believed her. Made my choice. That's it. Month after that, ran into her sister Jess at a coffee shop. Awkward. She approached me. Look, I know it's weird. Just wanted to say I get why you did it. What you did. Amanda was out of line. I saw it. Should have said something. Why didn't you? Family. Easier to stay quiet. Yeah, well, silence is agreement. She nodded. For what it's worth, she's a mess. Lost a lot of friends over it. People heard what she said about Kyle. Didn't sit well. Good. Jess hesitated. You really took him on the honeymoon? I did. That's either the pettiest or most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Can be both. She left. I got my coffee, went to work. Life moved on. The fallout was interesting. Some friends took Amanda's side initially, said I overreacted, canceled too close to the date, embarrassed her publicly. Those people got the full story eventually. Most changed their tune. A few didn't. Said even if she was wrong, I was cruel. Those friendships ended. No big loss. If they thought protecting my brother was cruel, we had nothing in common anyway. Others reached out immediately, said they respected what I did. Guys from my gym, colleagues who'd met Kyle at company events. My old college roommate called, said he wished he'd had someone like me when his sister was getting bullied. That meant something. Word spread about why the wedding got canceled. Small town, smaller circles. Amanda's comment about Kyle ruining the aesthetic made the rounds. Her reputation took a hit. Real estate's a relationship business. People buy from people they like. Turns out, people don't like someone who'd exclude a disabled person from a wedding for image reasons. Her sales dropped. Heard that from a mutual acquaintance months later. Didn't feel good about it. Didn't feel bad either. Actions have consequences. Started seeing someone new a few months later. Met her at a bookstore. She was buying a book about autism for her nephew. We talked. I mentioned Kyle. She asked questions, real questions, not the polite kind people ask before changing the subject. Genuine interest. Told her about Kyle on the second date. She asked to meet him. Brought him cookies. He loved her immediately. Good sign. It's been almost a year now. Wedding would have been next month. Instead, Kyle and I are planning another trip. Japan this time. He wants to ride the bullet trains. I want to watch him experience it. Amanda sent me one more message couple months ago. Just said, I hope you're happy. I am. Never regretted it. Not the canceled wedding. Not the lost deposits. Not the burned bridges with her family. Kyle comes first. Always has. Always will. Anyone who can't understand that isn't someone I need in my life. Simple as that. Looking back, I should have seen the signs earlier. The head pat on date 4, the tight smiles, the small comments, rose-colored glasses and all that. But the second she said he'd ruin the aesthetic, it was over. You don't get to come back from that. Not with me. Some things you can't unsay. People ask if I feel bad for her. Sometimes, she got caught up in something that mattered for the wrong reasons. Weddings do that. They become about the event instead of the marriage, the photos instead of the people, the image instead of the reality. She lost herself in that. But that doesn't excuse trying to exclude my brother from the biggest day of my life. Doesn't excuse weeks of subtle digs and manipulations. She made choices. I made mine. Here's what I learned. You can't compromise on your core people, the ones who matter most. You start making exceptions for how they're treated. You lose yourself. Kyle is my core. Has been since the day he was born. I was 6 years old, holding him in the hospital. Mom let me sit in the chair, showed me how to support his head. You're a big brother now. That means something. It meant everything. When he got diagnosed at 3, some family members suggested institutions. Said he'd be too much work. Mom and Dad shut that down hard. He's our son. He stays with us. They taught me that. Family doesn't get hidden away because they're inconvenient or different. You adjust. You accommodate. You love them louder. After they died, I promised them I'd take care of him. Promised at their funeral, standing between their graves. Kyle was there. Didn't fully understand they were gone. Kept asking when they'd wake up. I told him they wouldn't. But I was still here. Always would be. I meant that. Amanda wanted me to break that promise. Didn't matter that she didn't phrase it that way. Didn't matter that she claimed it was about his comfort or stress levels. She wanted him minimized. Hidden, less visible in her perfect day. That's a broken promise. Can't build a marriage on broken promises. Best decision I ever made was buying Kyle that ticket. Seeing his face light up in every port, hearing him laugh on the balcony, watching him try to speak Italian to a waiter. Those memories are worth more than any wedding could have been. That's the aesthetic I care about. The look on my brother's face when he's happy. Everything else is just noise. Amanda's moved to a different city from what I heard. Fresh start. Hope she finds what she's looking for. Just glad it's not with me. Kyle asks about her sometimes. Is Amanda nice now? I don't know, buddy. Haven't talked to her. Oh, pause. I like your new girlfriend better. She likes trains. Me too, Kyle. Me too. That's it. That's the story. Cancelled a wedding. Took my brother on a cruise. No regrets. Would do it again. Kyle's meeting me for dinner tonight. We're planning Japan. He's bringing printouts of train schedules. I'm bringing patience. It's a good trade. Better than a marriage built on aesthetics and resentment. Better than compromise that costs someone their dignity. Better than settling.